Okay, so hello and good evening. This is the last time I'm going to try and record this. I just keep stumbling over my words, and it's totally fine because the internet isn't real, anyways. Um, but I just watched Hayden Anadonia's video that she just uploaded about her ghostly experiences, and it made me remember this experience that I had earlier this year. Um, and I remembered that I wrote it down. So I think I'm just gonna read it. Um, it's very short, but yeah, I've never been a skeptic, and it just doesn't make any sense to me that people can fully disappear and not leave any part of them behind, especially in the things that they love. So yeah, I'll just read this. Um, just then I saw a flash of light at the foot of my bed, by my dresser. I paid it no mind, I was tired. I zoned back into my book, nearly forgotten already the trick of my mind begging for sleep. Then I saw it again. I looked up, setting my book down, not letting my eyes move from the spot beside my open drawer in the carpet. It flashed again. This time I noticed it seemed to be reflecting off of my leather camera bag. No source of light, electronic or otherwise, sat across from the box-shaped bag. Before I could think too hard, I noticed something different, another reflection. This time, man's face, exhausted, too many days in the sun, aged. The brown, bovine skin surface reflected the gray, transparent face so detailed I could almost see him blink. I moved angles, then decided it was just an odd bending of my lamplight, and went back to my book yellow book pages. I read into my eyes were watery, and the words began to wave like the. This is why I've re-recorded. And the words began to lay like the waves in the ocean. I woke the next morning just barely seeing a peek of daybreak through my curtains. I began to prepare for my day, shuffling around, letting out quiet yawns, blinking away sleep from my eyes. I reached under my bed, looking for a pair of sneakers I hadn't worn in God knows when. When I couldn't feel the worn laces, I let out a soft groan and I ducked my head under. There I froze, upside down, mouth open like I was waiting to catch flies. There under my bed was something I'd forgotten about. Small leather pouches and heavy black metal, all of my grandfather's old camera equipment, all stuffed amongst them, pushed under. What the fuck does that even mean? That's not even a sentence. Um, basically, let me just go ahead and explain the rest of this because I don't think that I wrote this right. But I was like leaned over looking under my bed, and I was upside down, basically, and then I was like pushing aside stuff, and then I saw these two old film cameras, and apparently, so my dad had given me this camera bag with all of these cameras in it, um, and apparently they were my grandfather's, but I never saw him take any pictures, so I'm not really sure if that was true, um, or if they belonged to somebody else in my family, or something like that. Um, but these cameras, like they haven't been used since I guess the 70s, um, because I had taken them all out of the bag and just used the bag for my digital camera. Um, and so all of that equipment was just sitting under my bed, pushed behind things. And then that night, obviously, I had that experience, and it didn't seem. A lot of people talk about ghosts, and they always make it like demonic or like scary, and this wasn't scary. Um, it was strange, and it almost seemed unreal, but I didn't feel negative energy, and I think a lot of times people really associate spirits with negativity, and I think that that's wrong. Um, Not to say that there can't be negative spirits, but I think we forget the other side of the coin when we talk about these things. And I think a lot of it has to do with like the stigma around death and um, and of course people's own experiences surrounding. But because it is scary and it's not talked about enough. But I've never been a skeptic. So, but I drew a little picture. I won't show you my words because my handwriting's atrocious. But that was the little face in the bag. I don't know if it was my grandfather. I don't know if it was somebody else who had the bag before me or before him. But it was just something I remembered, and yeah, I just wanted to share that. As described, it was an old person. I believe a man, so maybe my grandfather, but it didn't really look like him. So, yeah, it's time to go to bed. So, I will be ending this here, but I might make some more of these because I have had a lot of experiences in my life and continue to have them, especially in this new house. I don't know what the fuck is going on. But yeah. Good night.